President Joko Widodo announced that two regencies in East Kalimantan are to be the site of the country's new capital city. The government has conducted in-depth studies in the past 3 years, and as a result of those studies, the new capital will be built in a part of North Penajam Pasir Regency and part of Kutai Kartanegara Regency in East Kalimantan. And in this segment, I would like to elaborate some data about these two regions. The first one will be about the elaboration on a budget of capital city relocation. So for the green open space, the budget allocation reaching 4 trillion rupiah, for the land acquisition reaching 8 trillion rupiah, for the main function, the budget allocation as much as 51.1 trillion rupiah, for facilities and infrastructure reaching 169.2 trillion rupiah, and for the supporting function reaching 233.7 trillion rupiah. The cost of capital city relocation to East Kalimantan is estimated to achieve 466 trillion rupiah. State budget plan will only cover 19.2% of it. The rest will be covered by some cooperation between government and private sectors. The largest component of the capital city relocation is to financing supporting functions, which achieved 233.7 trillion rupiah, or as much as 50.17 or 17% of the total cost. And how about the locally generated revenue of these two regions? Let's check the next slide. We call it PAD, or pendapatan asli daerah. The first one is, of course, this is the locally generated revenue of Kutai Kartanegara in billion rupiah. From the legitimate locally generated revenue, it was reaching 125.8 billion rupiah. Meantime, for the income from capital asset management in Kutai Kartanegara, reaching 34 billion rupiah. Meantime, from the regional retribution, reaching 26.4 billion rupiah, and for the local tax, reaching 53.1 billion rupiah. And the next graphic will be about locally generated revenue of North Penajam Pasir, pretty much the same in billion rupiah. From the legitimate locally generated revenue reaching 3.1 billion rupiah, from the income from general assets management or regional assets management reaching 4.1 billion rupiah, and from the regional retribution reaching 1.6 billion rupiah. President Joko Widodo declares the new capital city of Indonesia will be in East Kalimantan province. He mentioned two districts that are determined to be the location of the new capital city. There are Kutai Kartanegara with 26 thousands of kilometers squares broadness, and North Penajam Pasir region with 3,000 kilometer square of broadness. Locally generated revenue of Kutai Kartanegara Regency in 2018 of reaching 219.3 billion rupiah, while the locally generated revenue of Penajam Pasir District Regency in 2018 only reached 11.5 billion rupiah. In the next graphic, we will see the data about poverty level in Kutai Kartanegara and North Penajam Pasir. The green one indicates the poverty level in Kutai Kartanegara, but for the blue one, it indicates the poverty level in North Penajam Pasir. In 2015, the poverty level in Kukar or Kutai Kartanegara reaching 8.76%. But in 2015, the poverty level in North Penajam Pasir reaching 7.99%, and for the rest data, as you can see, in 2018, the poverty level in Kutai Kartanegara reaching 9.03%, but for North Penajam Pasir in 2018, the poverty level was on 7.31%. Poverty percentage in Kutai Kartanegara Regency decreased since 2016. Percentage of poverty in this region went down to 7.31% in 2018, or went down as much as 0.26% from 2017 level, which was in 7.57%. Meantime, the percentage of poverty in North Penajam Pasir region in 2018 was at the level of 9.06%, went down 0.25% from 2017, which reached 9.28%. And how about the index of mass conflict in these two areas. Let's check the next graphic. This is the index of mass conflicts in Kalimantan. In North Kalimantan, the index of the mass conflict reaching 1.04%. In Central Kalimantan, or it's not percent actually, it's only like 1.04, and then Central Kalimantan 0.82. In West Kalimantan was 1.4, and East Kalimantan, this is the highest mass conflict, or the index of mass conflict compared to the other Kalimantan provinces. The index was reaching 1.64. Meantime, for the South Kalimantan, reaching 1.05. If compared to other provinces in Kalimantan, mass conflict in East Kalimantan is more higher. Central Kalimantan become a province with the lowest mass conflict in Kalimantan and the third lowest in Indonesia. Percentage of mass conflict in Central Kalimantan was only 0.82%. Types of mass conflicts include between communities with a different areas, communities with security personnel, and so on. And the next graphic will be about natural disaster ever happened in East Kalimantan. In 2016, the number of forest fire that happened at East Kalimantan reaching 129 events. And as you can see, the yellow ones indicates the forest fire event that happened in East Kalimantan. Meantime, the green one indicates for the flood event. The red one is for the landslide. The orange one indicates for the high wave or abrasion event or disaster, and then the blue one indicates the tornado natural disaster that also happened in East Kalimantan. And according to National Disaster Management Agency, or BNPB, since 2015, there have been 331 natural disasters that happened in East Kalimantan. Disaster happened happened the most in 2016, which are 189 disasters. 229 of it are forest fires. Meantime, in 2019, there were 11 disasters happened in East Kalimantan. Forest fire, high wave, and abrasion, and of course about the flood that already happened in 2019. And how about you? Do you agree with the capital city relocation efforts? And stay tuned on Market Headlines, because we'll be right back after the break.